And on behalf of the Center of Hope, we'd like to welcome everyone here tonight.
And special thanks to our title sponsor, the Barron Company.
And also to New River for use of the facilities.
But it's so wonderful to be able to be here tonight. There are needs all over the world, but there are needs right here in Parker County. And we're so excited about what God is doing here in Parker County, and we're so glad to have all of you be a part of this tonight.
15 years ago, this past Sunday was my 17th anniversary at Northside Baptist Church. And that's all right. It's been harder on them than me. So, and as I was there, I was rehearsing in my mind a lot of the things that have taken place over these past years. And one of the greatest things I think that I've seen happen in Parker County since I came is the Center of Hope. That's right. I want to let you know something. It makes no difference what a church does inside its doors if it's not impacting the place it exists. If it doesn't make a difference in the community in which you reside, that church is really not fulfilling its purpose and its mission. Even if they go overseas, even if they travel around the world, the real question is, what are you doing where you live? I was privileged to be a part of watching Center of Hope and its birthing stages. Before Center of Hope, we were having a difficult time trying to deal with some of the benevolent, some of the community needs, and really doing it in a proper way. I've been a minister now for years. And over that period of time, I will tell you that the hardest thing that I've ever tried to do is help the right person in the right way. It seems like it'd be so easy. They need, we give. But the problem is, it is not. It's extremely difficult to find that person who truly needs that help and give that person the right kind of help. I love Center of Hope because I know that they don't just try to look good for Jesus, but they try to change a person's life. That is a hard job because you have to ask those difficult questions. You have to kind of search into their background. You've got to be able to know what kind of resources you have available and where their skills lie. And realize that maybe one of the worst things you could ever do is just get them through the weekend, because you didn't give them anything that's going to help them in the week to follow. As a pastor in this community, one of the things we do is when someone comes to our church and says, we have a need, our first question is, have you been to Center of Hope? Because if you haven't been there, you're not really going to be able to get the ongoing resource and need and help that can change your life. What's amazing to me is that 65 churches can come together and do anything. That is a miracle in itself. But you see, Center of Hope isn't anybody's ministry. Center of Hope is Christ's ministry to this town and to those who need it. Over the years, you may have given in a significant way, or maybe just in a general way, to the Center of Hope. There comes a time when you can make a significant difference in a community by giving a significant gift. Now, I'm not responsible for fundraising tonight, but I'm going to tell you this. If there was ever a time that you can make a significant gift that's going to make a significant difference over an extended amount of time, it's now. This is long past due. They have labored under some of the most difficult circumstances and still done an incredible job. And to think what they're going to be able to do with that new facility just staggers me. I thank you for your presence, for your gifts, and I thank you for what you're going to do to make Parker County the place where other people come to see how you do it right, because the Center of Hope does. God bless you. Thank you so much.
So we have come full circle. I have been on the client side. I have been on the volunteer side. And once I got a full-time job, I was able to be on the donor side. So we have seen it from all sides. And I can tell you this is an organization with incredible integrity that touches the lives of people. It has a very, very near and dear place to my heart because it helped me through some very dark days. You know, at 52, you begin to wonder when you don't hear the phone ring, when nobody's calling you back, nobody needs the skills that you have, and you begin to doubt, am I worth anything anymore? And then God put me in an organization and said, we need you. We need the skills you have. Come help us. So Center of Hope helped me through those dark days. And now to be able to be privileged to donate and to impact lives. And here's the key, folks. We don't know who we're impacting. You don't know the impact that you're having. Now, I get to travel and train, and so I realize many people are visual learners, so I brought a visual tool. So I have an apple. How many apples do I have? Yeah, not a trick question. How many potential apples do I have? Who knows? 100? 1,000? 100,000? Because in each one of those apples, those particular brand, that are 5 seeds. And I can plant these seeds and I get 5 trees that produce apples that I can plant the seeds from that produce more trees, that produce more trees. And the ripple effect goes on and on and on. So when you give to Center of Hope, when you touch a life, you don't know the ripples that you're causing. And for us now to be able to impact lives, to change the history of people, we have the privilege, the honor to impact the destiny of people. For my wife, Carol, and I, this is not an option. Giving is not an option because I know there are hurting people just like me waiting for my obedience. Thank you, volunteers. Thank you, staff. Thank you, Center of Hope. And thank you all for listening. Good evening.
We were all astray, lost. We were all broken to the point to where we did not even want to carry on. And we all had an immediate need that we had to get out of our disparity and go seek it out. And we each walked into the doors of Center of Hope. That was the change for us all. And of course, our immediate needs were met. We all got either a hot plate or pantry items or utility bill, whatever it was. But above and beyond that, we got something far more than we could ever imagine. We got back in with God. And all of your applause, I really appreciate it tonight, but honestly, it's deserved to each and every one of you in this room. Whether you be a board member or a staff member, for having that vision of the center and day in and day out, opening those doors. Or if it's for the people who give financially, because those doors would not be open without you. Or if you're a volunteer who so selflessly and graciously gives your time. Y'all are the ones who actually deserve the applause.
Remember that the work that goes on at Center of Hope you've seen tonight, it's real lives. Real lives that are restored, that are changed, and that really have a new hope for tomorrow. And if you haven't been there, you're welcome. Come anytime. come volunteer. Come get some firsthand experience and see the work that's going on. You will see we need a new building. But your giving, it's not just about a building. It's not just about charity. Your giving is an investment. It's an investment that produces an invaluable return. For think about what's the value of a man's life whose self-esteem is restored, who embraces work and the dignity that brings. And what's the value of a single mom's life who has renewed hope, is strengthened, and is able to provide for her children and teach them about overcoming challenges? What's the ROI? What's the return on our investment in our community as we help people one by one, those that are struggling, have their life restored and gain new hope for tomorrow? So just like you saw in the video, the Kennedy sausage building as it is broken. The roof is caved in some places. It's cold, it's ugly. So are the lives. The ones, the people that come through the door at Center of Hope. So will you be a part and give generously to help build hope for tomorrow?
You might be the wife waiting up at night. You might be the man struggling to provide, feeling like it's hopeless. Maybe you're the son who chose the broken road. Maybe you're the girl thinking you'll end up alone, praying, God, can you hear me? Oh God, are you listening? 'Cause am I more than flesh and bone? Am I really something beautiful? Yeah, I wanna believe, I'm not just some wandering soul that you don't see and you don't know. Yeah, I wanna believe. Jesus, help me believe that I am someone worth dying for. You've heard the truth that God has set you free, but you think you're the one that grace could never reach, so you just keep asking, oh, what everybody's asking. 'Cause am I more than flesh and bone? Am I really something beautiful? Yeah, I wanna believe that I'm not just some wandering soul that you don't see and you don't know. Yeah, I wanna believe. Jesus, help me believe that I am someone worth dying for. Oh, you're worth it. You can earn the cross has proven that you're sacred and you're blameless, and your life has purpose. Yes, your life has purpose, and He knows your purpose, and He made your purpose. He says, you are more than flesh and bone. Can't you see you're something beautiful? Yeah, you gotta believe, you gotta believe. He wants you to see, He wants you to see that you're not just some wandering soul that can't be seen and can't be known. Yeah, you gotta believe that you are someone worth dying for, worth dying for, worth dying for. And you're someone worth dying for.
I went into this little bitty room. It's like a 10 by 10 little room. It's a little desk, got a couple of little scriptures on the wall. There's a lady there. It was a client advisor. I tell her the saddest, most pitiful, horrible story that was an outright lie. And she reached across with both hands and said, "Can I pray with you?" That was my moment of, oh my God, what do I do? I have to pray with her. So I bow my head, I close my eyes, and the whole time I'm thinking, how is this gonna work today? There's no way she's gonna, this ain't gonna work. What am I gonna do? I'm stuck. Well, that was my turn. So she signed me up for Jobs for Life, and she's like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. It's just for like 6 or 8 weeks. 2 times a week, y'all meet, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, just let me out of here. So I sign up for it, and she gives me my little grocery slip. I go to the pantry, get my groceries, and I'm gone. On Monday, when I showed up for Jobs for Life, it was, there was 11 other people in there with me. Big fat losers, big fat liars, big fat drug addicts, big fat just didn't have a job, didn't have a reason to live. That was like the last resort place to be, was in that class. And by the end of the very first class, on that very first day, we had an instant connection. We all left there having 11 more brothers and sisters that were just like us. We became this instant little family. And maybe I wasn't as bad as what I thought I was, because all these other people were just like me. We were all bad, though, without a doubt. Part of the Jobs for Life class is seeing a life coach once a week. And my first thought was, a life coach? I don't need a life coach. I know my life's screwed up, and it's just screwed up. That's the way it's always going to be. And it was never too much for them. They always hugged me and prayed for me and loved on me. And if it wasn't for those men and women that was there every week, the same 6 or 8 or 10 people in the class that was there to teach it, I wouldn't be here today. They weren't paid people. They were just volunteers that just loved God. And because God loved me, they loved me. No matter what was ever said, it was never, see you next month. It was, I'll see you in the morning. Everything was see you in the morning, because I didn't have nowhere to be. Everybody I knew was on drugs. Every place I knew to go was about drugs. So I would get up in the mornings, take my kids to school, and that's where I would go. I would go to the Center of Hope. Now I have a full-time job. I've never had a full-time job. I've never had any kind of job in all of my adult life, ever, not one time. I take that back. I worked at Gibson's for about 3 weeks and decided I couldn't handle that. That was too much work at Gibson's, y'all. Thank God for the Center of Hope, because now I got a full-time job. I work 35 hours a week. I work my little tail off. But I don't go from pantry to pantry and from free place to free place and whatever. Yeah, we might live off a great value, whatever, but at least I'm there buying it. That's an amazing accomplishment for me. So, yes, the Center of Hope has been the miracle place for me. I see miracles happen there all the time. It's not just the building, it's not just one person, it's the whole village it takes to raise this 3 years clean child, I promise you. But all the people that just gave up their time, and all the people that gave up lots and lots of money, and all the people that prayed for us. I know I have lots of people at my church that just pray for the Center of Hope, and I'm sure all the churches pray for the Center of Hope. But I couldn't have done what I've done. I couldn't have accomplished, to y'all probably isn't a whole lot. But for me, I was 39 years old when I got clean. I asked my kids if there was one thing you could say. Let me back up. We went to Oklahoma and got to tell my little story. It was only a few minutes, wasn't nothing like this. Just for a few minutes, and they was gonna get to go. And it worked out that we didn't leave till that very morning. We drove like 5 or 6 hours. There was no way I was gonna be trapped in the car with them that long. So they had to stay home. And we turned around and drove right back. But I asked them, if you could tell those people one thing, what would you have me tell them? My 16-year-old daughter over there, she looked up at me and she said, "Mom, I like you." I don't think my kids, until that day, maybe a little before that day, ever liked me. They only tolerated me because they had to. I'm sure they love me, but not like they love me now. Not like I love them now. So I got to give it all to God. I have to give it every bit of it to God that He did it. He used the Center of Hope to do it. It took a lot of time, effort, patience, money, babysitting me, the whole whatever it took. But God, look at me now. Here I am. And it's all because of Him. So now let me reintroduce myself. Hello, my name is Colleen, and I'm a child of the one true King.